All right. Maybe there's some adults who need also help going to bed. So I was trying to think of something I could read that could be helpful, and I found this book. So it's called WTF: How to Survive 101 of Life's Worst Effing Situations. So let's get to it. Number 57. You find a bong in your son's room. What do you do? How would you handle it? Okay? Well, this is what the good book says. Normal, well adjusted teenage boys share a natural curiosity about three things: sex, drugs, and sports. So if you find a bong in your son's room, don't be too alarmed. Nothing could be more natural. The curiosity, not the weed. That said, while beer is a real gateway drug, pot is illegal, and smoking too much of it will slow him down and result in poor clothing choices. Also, you want him to move on to more serious addictions that are direct result of marijuana, such as eating cookies, listening to Pink Floyd, and taking hacky sack wherever he goes. You don't want him to do that. So, the WTF approach: stopping your kid from smoking weed. Number one, option: tell him where drugs come from. If your son gives you that it's natural and God gave him the plant, then tell him he's an idiot. Almost every drug comes from a natural source: heroin from poppies, cocaine from cocoa leaves. Or, on second thought, if you tell him this, it might not scare him, but might make him curious about growing other drugs. And before you know it, he'll have green thumbs, not just green bud. Or option number two, pretend to call a cop. If you really want to nip this weed addiction in the bud, wait until he's really high, then have a friend come over dressed as a cop, let him in, and have him tell your kid, using his new thought reading machine, he knows he's high on pot. Let him add that he has a hidden camera following your son to watch his every move. This will scare the shit right out of your boy. By the time he figures out this is a joke, he'll be so petrified that drugs may be the last thing on his mind. Or option number three, join him. Sometimes kids do things to rebel against their parents. If you and your son smoke with him, he may just be so annoyed that he'll quit smoking before he can say marijuana. If there's any hesitation, make sure to invite all his friends over and hang out with them as well. How your kid spends his weekend: activity, sleeping. Okay, I'm not going to read that. I'm just going to let you let it zoom in. Anyway, with or without pot, your kid's a moron. At least with it, he wastes his time more evenly. So, let's find another one. Okay. This issue on WTF survival, you get laid off. Oh, it's number 42, by the way. You get laid off and now you're broke. What do you do? The WTF approach with living without an effing income. Option number one, beg for money. A classic way of obtaining cash for drugs is begging for change on the street. This is a difficult game, however, and with so much competition out there, you're not the only loser, you know. You've got to get creative to survive. Here are some great ideas for panhandling. Be specific. The key to any good sympathetic story is well, specific, specificity. I don't know why I can't say that. Specificity. Be specific about how much you ask. Ask about a quarter to use a payphone. For $1.50 to catch the bus. The more money, the more specific you need to be. This is so true. When we lost our jobs different times, there's a lot of layoffs around where we live because everybody works in the plant. And the plant tries to save money, and they'll just like lay everybody off at one time, and then you can do your withdrawal from unemployment. But the thing is you have to wait 30 days, and sometimes for 30 days you're like, what do I do? When in the meantime your bills are already due, and then you just, especially if you don't have family nearby and they don't see your struggles, so you don't want to ask anybody, and you're just going broke, and you're like, what do? I just need gas money. I have bill money. I just need gas money, and I need food. But then you've made too much to apply for food stamps. Even though you pay taxes to pay for food stamps, you can't apply because you used to make too much. And I don't understand that. Yes, I get we used to make too much, but what about now? Now that we're laid off? That doesn't make any sense. You have to, if you used to make good money and you get laid off, you have to wait 30 days, most likely, for your unemployment. Then you have to wait 30 days or more to get food stamps. And by the 30 days are up, you're going to find a job anyway. So for people like us who are in that medium of, we work, we pay our bills, we don't ever ask for anything, unless like a disaster happens and we're just down and out, and we do what we're supposed to do. We pay our taxes. We might bitch about it, but we still pay them. We meet this. It sucks because in order to get those food stamps and shit, you have to have been laid off for a long time and ain't looked for a job in a long time and have a dozen kids. And you have to be like, it's weird because people who just need them temporary for a month, not even a month, can't get them. But if you don't look for a job and haven't had a job in a long time, and you got kids and you can't afford your kids, and you can't afford babysitters, so now you just stay home and have more kids, you can get food stamps. Like, it was easier. And honestly, the lady told me, she said, A, you're the wrong color. B, it's easier to be a minority of any kind. Pick any kind of minority. It's not one specific color. It's just particularly white people. It's harder for us to get food stamps because for whatever reason. Anyway, so, and that makes no sense to me, because I know some white people that do get them, so I guess it's just the area. Anyways, I just know that my whole life, anytime that me or my husband has gotten laid off, we can never apply. I think I got them twice for not even a month, and I had to hurry up and cut them off, because I knew I was going to get a letter saying I needed to cut them off anyway, and we didn't need them after he got a job. We didn't need them. So I go ahead and cancel them. But it was a miracle to get them the one time we did. So, like I said, it's just something about that gray area for some reason. And but anyway, they need to work on that system because it is a little faulty. But where I was going with this is, I knew one time I decided not to even try because I knew I was going to be denied. I tried any time, but I knew I was going to be denied. So one time I was like, you know what? I'm going to be denied anyway. We're going to be waiting here for about 30 days to get his unemployment. Because I side work. I do different stuff, odds and ends. I work for myself. So his job is the bring home the bacon money. So when he loses his job or would get laid off back in the day, I would have to work more and try to bring home more and do whatever I could do. Well, one time I hadn't had a lot of work lately, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was injured at the time. I had busted my hip. I didn't know what I could do because I knew I couldn't go apply for just any job because a lot of jobs you have to stand. And at this point in time, my hip was infected and I didn't know what I was going to do because there's not many sit down jobs around here. Those jobs are taken. Like, them are some good jobs here at the plant. And it's hard to come by those. I was like, what am I going to do? I need something like this just for gas. We had bill money, don't get me wrong. We were broke in the sense of we had money for bills, we had money for rent, we had money for the animals' food, but we were getting low on our food, and we needed money for gas. That's what we needed just to get by. I didn't want to have to dip into bill money because I like to be secure that I know that my bills are going to be paid. I am an adult and I'm not dumb, and I'm not going to just go blow money because I have it. So I was like, what can I do? I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go to Walmart and I'm going to stand outside and I'm going to ask for money. I mean, I'm not from here, so I didn't feel too shy about it. I live here, but I wasn't born here. But that's all I could do is reach out to strangers. And I stood outside and I asked for money and was like, I need money for gas. My husband lost his job. We're just trying to get by. Do you have any quarters? I would be specific and ask for quarters, because if they had quarters, they would usually give you quarters. But if you ask for pennies, nickels, and dime and ask for change, they're going to say, no, I don't have change. They just hear the word and they're automatically like, no. And I had a few people ask me, what do you need it for? Do you do drugs? And I'd be like, have you seen my body? Most people who do drugs are like thinner. They don't look healthy. They are tweaking or out of it, whether it's the high end or the low end. They're either really revved up or they're really drunk looking. They're out of it either way. I was like, do I look it? Anyway, I was like, no, I just need gas. If you feel more comfortable, like putting actual gas just in my car, whether it be $1, $5, whatever, I'll do that. I'll do anything at this given time. And so I have learned that if you be honest, be specific, they're more likely to give you something than the actual people who go up there to get drugs. Because a lot of people who go up there to get drugs are just like, anything helps, and it's just a general bland statement. We know what that means. And I give to people who do drugs, if they're specific and they're like, I'm hungry, if they're asking for money because they're hungry, I'll say, well, come with me and I'll buy you something to eat. But if they turn that down, I know that they're not really looking for food, because if they were looking for food, they would take whatever they could get food wise. I'm willing to take you to a store and you're turning me down. So being specific lets us know how to help you, and this is true. Anyway, back to what we are, in case I have confused you on what we were talking about. You got laid off and now you're broke. What do you do? Option 1 is beg for money, be specific, or you could be a fish out of water. Everyone leaves a story about a fish out of water. Hold on, I don't understand what this is. Okay, so it's telling you all the options of begging for money. Basically everything I just went through. Whether you're a vet, you're crippled, or you can be earnest. Sorry, my sinuses are messed up. Okay, we're just going to skim through that because basically I kind of covered, rambling about myself, I kind of covered everything it's talking about right there. It had like categories under option 1. Okay, so option number 2. If you just lost your job, option number 2, other than begging, would be steal. Steal is a classic way to get quick cash. Now, why don't we condone stealing? If you're going down this road anyway, at least steal from corporations rather than directly from individuals. It's simply not as bad as stealing a watch from Bloomingdale's as it is to steal from the neighborhood kid's brand new red bicycle. Though it may make a good getaway vehicle if you don't already have one. Or option number 3, sell yourself. Becoming a prostitute is also a great way to earn quick cash. If you're any good at it, you'll find yourself employed in a recession-proof profession. Okay. Well, I think I'll go with the begging on that one versus option 2 and 3. I think 2, stealing, might get you in jail if you get caught. I'm a little too fat to be in disguise. Let's see. Wait, what was that one? What? Okay. I had to read to see what this word meant. I've never seen this word. I think it means like door knockers of religious kind. It says number 81 issue. The issue is you are accosted by proselytizers. I'm guessing is like the Mormons that come to the door and say, do you have a moment that we could talk about God or something? I talk to them. I know what I believe in, and I tell them up front, you're not going to change my mind, but you're welcome to come in. Because most of the time you're going to get a free Bible, and I collect Bibles of different religions because I like to learn about different religions and how they're all different and yada yada. Okay, so the WTF approach to handling this issue, if you don't like getting door knockers, I'm just going to call it door knockers. So if you get a door knocker and you don't like door knockers and you see it coming, option number 1 approach. Answer the door in a devil's costume. It's good to keep some Halloween Satan horns and a pitchfork lying around so that when unexpected and unwelcome missionaries come pounding on your door, you can scare the crap out of them. Just make sure that your peephole, just look through your peephole to make sure that you're dealing with door knockers and not little kid next door. It's not hard to spot them. You're looking for the pontific smiles, cheap suits, and the subtle gaze of wasted youth. Or option number 2, flip the switch. 2 can play that game. Let them in and hear what they have to say. After listening intently, as if you might be interested, break out some of your own literature on the religion of your choice. I'm not going to say what this says next, but it gives a horrible example. Sarcastic. Apparently whoever wrote this book might not have been too religious. After having listened so politely to their spiel, they'll feel compelled to hear you out. Try to waste as much time as possible, just as they had planned to do with you. Well, first of all, you have the option to tell them up front, I have my own religion already, and I'm not interested. And you have the option to turn them away. You don't have to sit there and listen to their spiel and waste your time. You could just not listen and turn them away. Or you can listen to them and tell them, as long as you will listen to me talk about my religion afterwards. That way they have a fair chance to turn you down. Anyway, this person just went and listened without telling them what was going to happen. Anyway, option number 2. Oh, no, that was... Okay, first option was answer the door in the costume. 2 was flip. Okay, so option number 3. Try to seduce them. This will most likely not work, but it will make sure that the door knockers won't come back. And if they do, you know what they're coming back for. They want to get to know you in the biblical sense. Let's see, to the side note, I would try either door number 1. Option number 1. Answer the door in the devil's costume would probably be funnier. But honestly, I'm too nice, so I would just be like, hi guys, I'm not interested. I believe in God already. You ain't got to try to convince me to whatever. As far as the Mormon thing, I already have a Bible. I've heard about y'all before, and I've talked to y'all before, so you don't have to worry about hitting this home up. So I will just be as polite as possible. Anyway, this is a good one. This is the last one I'm going to read for tonight. I may come back to this if it seems interesting to y'all. This video obviously is not going to be for profit because it's copyrighted. Whoever wrote this book. This one's just for fun. This video is just for fun. So, anyway, this is issue number 74. You suspect your partner is cheating. I can't quit yawning. And what's funny is I have insomnia. And I actually stay up late. I usually stay up till freaking 3 o'clock in the morning. I sleep during the day. But yet I cannot quit yawning. I want to yawn again. 74. Oh my god. Alright, so something's not right. She's changed. There's a bounce in her step and you didn't put it in there. Not only that, but she's out of town for 5 days a week. So you suspect she's cheating. The WTF approach to catching a possible effing adulterer. Step 1. Do some investigating yourself. Check her phone. Check her car. Look for unfamiliar hairs on her jacket, blossom panties. Step 2. Hire a sleuth. Make sure to get her on tape. In most states, this will be the difference between getting her everything you've worked so hard for and her only getting half. Step 3. Get creative. Anonymously send her flowers and see if she tells you about them. I have good-looking kids. Thank goodness my wife cheats on me. Rodney Dangerfield. Okay. That was a side little note. Step 4. Flip the switch. Start having an affair. If she begins to suspect you of having an affair, chances are she's not having one. Otherwise, just wrapped up in her own infidelity, she's unlikely to notice. She'll be too busy trying to cover for herself. Of course, this could also mean that you're cheating when she's not, but you just have to find out. Step 5. Get even. If your detective work proves she's cheating, whore, send any incriminating emails to everyone from her 95-year-old grandmother to the mailman to Cooper Anderson Cooper. Okay, so this was like just steps this time. This was not option 1, option 2. This was just straight up telling you how to deal with it. Oh my dear Jesus. Anyway, I'm going to just tell you right now. If you suspect someone is cheating on you, keep your mouth shut if you're not going to leave. If you are going to stay, and you know damn well you are, because whether because you can't afford to leave, whatever the thing is, just keep your mouth shut then. Because let me tell you, if you open your mouth and you do not leave, and you stay, he's going to be like, or she is going to be like, well, she knows and she's staying anyway. So this means I can keep on doing this because this is how she's handling it. I'm telling you, once someone knows that you know that they're cheating and you've come out and identified it, now they're just going to see you as a bitch. They're not going to respect you anymore because you stayed. You didn't stand up for yourself. Now you're seen as a pushover. And it most likely will now happen again. So either way, it's going downhill. You can either A, leave, but do not confront them unless you have already left. If you confront them before you leave, you're just going to start a fight. One of you could end up in jail. It just never is good. I don't know how many times people, like, if you would just pay attention to other relationships, learn from other people's relationships when you're in a relationship, see how other people have reacted. Go by the vast majority. And the people who end up in jail is because they're fighting about finding out. So don't tell them that you know that they're cheating unless you're going to leave. But don't, and if you do, then tell them after they have left. Otherwise, one of you is probably going to go to jail. Plus, if it happens in front of kids, if you have kids, the kids are going to see it and they're going to remember that. That's something that's imprinted on them, and that's what is going to teach them that that's the kind of acceptable behavior that parents do. So if someone's cheating, A, you need to leave. You just need to end it. Find a way to end it, you know, the quickest way, but the most politest way. They need to know that you know, but find a way that you can prepare to leave. If they're cheating on you and you can't leave yet, don't let them know that you know. Just get your ducks in a row. Find somewhere to go. Don't talk about what's going on with your family, because chances are your family's going to gossip. They're going to tell some coworker. That coworker is going to know so-and-so. And eventually someone is going to know someone that knows whoever you're with. It always gets out. Always. 99% of the time it gets out. So just keep your mouth shut one way or another. Handle your business. Go and set up where you need to live. Go find you a job. If the person you're with starts asking questions like, what have you been doing? Why are you looking for a job? Aren't you satisfied with what we got? And be like, you know, I would like to be prepared in case a disaster hits. You know, I've been thinking a lot lately about how we need this and that and the other, and it would just be better if we had more money in case something happens, because that is true. You need more money in case something happens, because it's about to happen. They just don't know it. Anyway, so get you a job. Then once you've got a job, keep your eye on places, but do not write it on Facebook. Don't seek, quietly Google that stuff from a library computer, most likely, because if you do it from your phone and they go through your phone, if you're the kind that's honest like I am with my spouse, we go through each other's phones time to time. We use each other's phones time to time. And if you do this, they're going to see your phone. So do your research, but do it from something that they don't go through. Do it from the library. Look for a home, apartment to rent. Once you have found a place and secured your deposit, then go home one day during his work hours or her work hours. Go home. Don't let them know that you're going home to pack. Pack your stuff. Don't tell anybody that you're packing. No one needs to know but you. 99.9% of the time why people get caught for crimes that they commit, it's because they involve other people. Even if it's just one person, you're going to get caught because you open your mouth and people talk. So if you warn someone that something's happening, it's going to get back. So just don't talk about it. So when you got your ducks in a row, get you a job, get you an apartment, tell not your family, tell nobody. Don't even whisper to your pets. Then decide calmly whose pets are what. If you have pets, that's something you deal with after you have talked about it. I would honestly, if the pet was yours before you met them, then it's your pet. But if it's a pet that you got together, you have to determine who's the one that wanted the pet in the first place. Who's the one that enjoys the pet thoroughly? Who's the one that has the time to walk it? Who's the one that actually cares about its health and takes it to the doctor? Don't be a stingy bitch and just keep the pet because you know it'd piss them off. If you don't even have time for the pet, it's a waste of your time and you're just petty. Leave the pet. If you know that they're a good person who takes care of pets, just leave the damn pet. Don't fight over it. Anyway, make sure any pets are fed before you do leave them. Leave a note explaining yourself why you're leaving. Leave a video message if you can. A video message is better. Be heartfelt. When you criticize someone and you tell them what happened, why you're unhappy, be like, look, I found out you're cheating on me. I have the proof if you absolutely have to see it. I'd rather not go through all that and relive something that you know dang well that happened yourself. I want to leave on good terms, so here this is. This is what I expect. This is what I'm doing with my life. This is where I will be. I won't give you my address just yet till you've calmed down. If you would like to speak to me, you can call me on my phone. You know, just be real with them. Guys like realness. They don't like having to read you. They like black and white, and the easier the better. But they would rather read a letter than hear you yapping and screaming and whining and crying. They get they cheated. They don't need to hear about it. They completely know why you're leaving, and they obviously will see it's too late because you're gone. So leave quietly, and if they want to talk about it, they'll call you. They're going to say they're sorry, but you don't need to go back, because if it was meant to be, they wouldn't have cheated in the first dang place. And they would have not took so long to keep on going with it either. So leave quietly. Let's see, get your ducks in a row. And after you've got your ducks in a row and after you've left, then call and say, hey, when you come home, there's no, I need you to read it. Actually, that's probably bad. That's probably bad, because then that makes them worry about what the note is about. So just leave the note. Don't say anything. Let them call you. They will contact you. I swear they will. So just let them contact you. And after they contact you, if they yell at you when they call, the moment they start yelling, just hang up and then text them. Say, look, I can't talk to you. You're yelling at me. When you're calm and you want to have a peaceful conversation, then we'll talk. Right now, that's not what I'm getting from you, so I have to let you go. And then just wait till they calm down. They'll eventually calm down and be tired of not being able to talk to you and say, you know, their poor excuses of why they cheated. But anyway, so on that one, the book, do the most mature thing. Just be professional. When you've been cheated on, treat it like a business. And if you got kids, write out a letter of your expectations. Don't be petty. Don't take more than you need. If you're accustomed to living a certain lifestyle, that's your business. He does not have to pay for that. That's something you choose to continue doing. You only need the bare minimum to keep you alive. Anything extra is considered pleasure. And you need to for your own shit. So don't be petty. And I think that's enough for tonight's lesson. So anyway, when I could think of something to vlog or video record, I pre-recorded this and I'm about to upload it in a minute. Anywho, when I think of some content, I will upload. It's just been so long since I've been on camera. I've wanted to get back into YouTubing. I need to be more social, so anywho, if you could think of something you would like me to talk about, or to cover my opinion of how I'm great at giving advice. I'm horrible at taking it, but great at giving it. So if you can think of something you would like me to do a video on and discuss, just let me know. Talk to you later.